Many white liberals are intent on excusing evil traditions within other cultures on the grounds of cultural relativism. Cruelty-excusing notions of cultural tolerance and moral relativism are overwhelmingly applied in a highly racist manner. As well as being rationally detestable, these notions often exhibit blatantly racist undertones. They are never applied to whites and constantly invoked to defend the actions of non-whites. Non-whites are held to significantly lower moral standards and are treated like amoral animals. Cultural relativism is used to defend Muslims all the time. When did you last hear it used to defend white Christians? Never, because this defense is almost always applied on a racial basis. You will never hear cultural tolerance used to excuse slavery or the Holocaust. You will reliably hear it used to defend the Islamic brutality of the Middle East and North Africa. The homophobia of the white man is an inexcusable immorality. The homophobia of the African or Arab is a cultural sentiment to be tolerated, as if the homophobia of the white man is not also a cultural sentiment. The sexism of the white man is a disgrace. The sexism of the African or Arab is a cultural custom to be respected, as if the sexism of the white man is not also a cultural custom. This is how the notion of cultural tolerance is frequently applied, always to non-whites and never to whites. How many times have you heard Islamic brutality defended on the basis of cultural tolerance? Too many. Non-whites are held to much lower moral standards than their white counterparts. Exhibited here is a blatant display of racism. Notice that the cultural relativist will never excuse British colonialism or southern chattel slavery on the basis of cultural tolerance, yet they will excuse Islamic homophobia and Muslim misogyny endlessly. This is because they hold non-whites to significantly lower moral standards, either out of some kind of deranged white guilt, or alternatively, because they regard non-whites as innately savage and regard moral judgment as an indictment on their fundamental being and therefore a display of racism. Out of a deranged obsession with being non-racist, many white liberals engage in the very racism that they claim to detest, as they hold non-whites to far lower moral standards. This implies that non-whites are in some regard incapable of meeting the moral standards that are applied to everyone else. This racial inconsistency is fundamentally racist, and everyone can see it. These tolerant liberals are not simply desperate to excuse and empower immorality, they are also profoundly racist. They express a lack of faith in the capacity of other races to fulfill the basic moral standards that they expect of everyone else. Immorality should be criticized wherever it rears its ugly head. I don't care what your race or culture is. Evil is evil, and it must be defeated. The notion of cultural relativism serves only to shield the rationally detestable from the righteous criticism that it deserves. Rational judgment will deliver a better future for all. We must not be bogged down by outdated customs and primitive traditions. Every culture should be criticized and developed. This and this alone is the path towards a superior society.